Right then, hello everybody, and welcome to PEL. It is pre-season, and it is the Spanish Grand Prix. Short qualifying, 25% race for today, of course, for pre-season, because the season hasn't actually got underway. I believe it is in a couple weeks when we get going, but I'm very new to this league, so I don't know a great deal about it, so I will have to read up on that. But of course, here for PEL, which stands for Prospects E-Racing League, and it is a shorter one today. Should last us about half an hour of racing, 15 minutes of qualifying, 13 drivers joining us, and then a 25% race, sorry, which will follow us after that one, which shouldn't take too long. Should take about 20 minutes to complete that. But what I normally do when I join the league is go down everyone's name, go down all the drivers and get used to everyone's name, because I am very good at butchering people's names. At the top we have John Meister. It is Rapid. There's two Rapids. It's Rapid OG and Rapid Mini. PRL Owen. We have AJ Mackey, MZ, Clemo, NWE. It is Sim Racer, Rapid Connor, Beast, Basil, and Tintoretto. What a cool name. Right, anyway, for qualifying then, 15 minutes, and many people out on their outlaps. I've just done a commentary at Spain, so it does feel a bit weird. I was doing that for a good hour or so, back again to do this for another half an hour. I've clearly got used to the track today, so we can do it again. The Beast then to P1, 1 minute 13 flat in the Mercedes car. That is the first time of the weekend, and we'll see if he can improve. Only driver with the time on the board at the minute, but people on their flying laps, couple on the outlap and a few still in the pit lane. Rapid Mini to second position. Couldn't overtake him there, but John Meister quicker than everybody to 1 minute 12.0. It is 1 whole second quicker than Beast then on that lap. Around 14 minutes left for qualifying. It is John, Beast and Rapid, your top three. Then Tintoretto to second, splitting them up with a 1 minute 12.3 and 3/10 off John Meister's time. And that is your top four for now. We have two people on outlaps. There's a Ferrari on the grass, as we have PRO Owen on the outlap, AJ Mackey on an outlap as well for VCarb and for Mercedes. Sorry, but it is Sim Racer to second with 1 minute 12 flat, and that is very, very close to John Meister's time by a fine margin. It is Tintoretto third, then it is Enwares in fourth, Beast 5, MZ 6 and Rapid Mini 7. You've got 7 drivers out of 13 with times on the board so far here in Spain, here for PEL. Still got Rapid OG, we've still got Owen, AJ Mackey, Clemo, Rapid Connor and Basil as well to put times on the board. I think Owen might be coming around to put a time on soon through the first sector, and so will AJ Mackey, who's over the first sector. Owen over the first sector line, heading over that one now, and it is a 22 flat in sector 1 then for PRO Owen in the V-Carb. All new for 2024, the new and rebranded AlphaTauri, the Visa Cash App Racing Bull, and not a bad car to be fair, but it's got a stupidly long name. But makes his way through the chicane and up towards the end of the second sector with 12 minutes left on the clock for qualifying. Hello to everybody in the stream chat. If you've got any questions or anything to say, I'll be more than happy to answer them or just say hello. Hopefully I can stay around for a bit longer. I think I've got this as a trial commentary, and then if I'm liked, I can stay for the season, hopefully the upcoming season, which hasn't started yet, like I mentioned, but will be starting pretty soon. 9 drivers with times on the board, everybody. Still 4 to go of AJ Mackey, Clemo, Rapid Connor and Basil, still with no times yet on the board. But your quickest out of the lot is John Meister in pole position then from the Sim Racer in second in the Ferrari, Tintoretto third, and it'll be interesting to see who can overtake them. It is Clemo, quickest in the middle sector. Now, can he take this to the line with a quickest last sector? Can he try and replicate that middle one and get a good lap towards the end of this one? A bit iffy on the exit of that corner there, but it is a good overall final few corners round into the main straight, and it is P4, not a bad time. 1 minute 12.381 and marginally slower than Tintoretto in P3. But 11 minutes left then for Quali, and Owen 4 tenths, nearly 5 tenths quicker, half a second nearly quicker on the middle sector, which isn't bad at all. P9, he's 1 minute 14.3, which probably explains why he's improving so much. Owen, he must be better than this. We see now over the finish line, it's still P9, 7 tenths quicker, and a 1 minute 13.59, 7 marginally slower than Rapid Mini in P8. AJ Mackey, Rapid Connor, and Basil. No times yet. AJ Mackey and Rapid Connor still in the pit lane, but Basil out there and looking like he wants to put a decent time on the board. He's flying past the McLaren on the out lap as well, and hopefully he can put a decent time on as soon as he goes round for that. John Meister on provisional pole. He's on the out lap and he's raring to go again. He wants to get a better time. Can he go ahead and do that? We will just have to see in a few moments time as he makes his way towards the end of this lap. That's Sim Racer P2 in the pit lane, still Tintoretto in the pit lane as well. Clemo into the pit lane right now. It is Enwez into the pit lane as well. What's going on? MZ, sorry, in P7. And all towards the end of the second sector, going very wide out of there, but keeps it on the track quite nicely. Over the second sector line is a 55.6, 4.2 seconds down. Is Owen on a lap? I'm not too sure. We will see just now though, as I think he goes into the pit lane. Yes, he does. Basil finally comes out, and Basil, sorry, is on the flying lap. Doing his out lap over the first sector now before he's flying, and it is a 21.6 and quickest in sector 1. Is that true to life? I don't know. But he nearly spins out there. That was a very, very iffy corner around there, but he managed to keep it on the track, and he is all good with that. Nine minutes left of quali, and then of course 25% race, which comes after that. John Meister, still your pole sitter, provisional pole might I add, who is on a flying lap, and can he improve? He's got to do it because the guys behind him are very close, and also both on their out laps. They are ready to put a better time on the board. Can John Meister improve? He cannot. He is marginally slower, closer to the sim racer's time than his own really. It is Sim Racer, Tintoretto, Clemo and Beast all on the out laps. Basil put himself in P6 then after quite a decent lap. That isn't too bad after coming from the back of the grid. And the first of the four on the out laps is Tintoretto. Will this be a good lap? Will this be a bad lap? We'll have to see how well he performs throughout, as he's in P3 at the moment, and a 1 minute 12.359 is his quickest time. He's aiming to beat Sim Racer, but he would like to go on provisional pole if he can, with 8 minutes left of qualifying. He is marginally quicker in the first sector. Rapid Mini, nearly spinning out there, going into the big sweeping right-hander coming out wide, but trying to get the heat back into his tyres to go round for maybe another lap with 7 minutes left on the clock. He's got more than enough time to go around quite a few times. Owen on his out lap, going for a lap pretty soon. Rapid with a 1/10 improvement in the first sector, heading up towards the final second sector. Sorry, and he spins round on the sweeping right-hander, and he does do a full 360 though, and positions himself right back on the track to go right again, and not too bad at all actually. But Sim Racer ruined that lap, so he's going to have to go around again. Tintoretto 8 tenths down, he ruined that one as well, but the only hope out of them four is Clemo. Over the second sector, it is a 50.8, that is not bad at all, and 3 tenths quicker in the middle sector. Clemo wants to go quicker. He wants to get himself closer to his teammate. His teammate is on provisional pole. He is 2 positions away from his teammate. Can he get himself up there? This is the decider of that. Over the line then here in qualifying, it is P3 and manages to go up 1. We still have 6 minutes left, so he's got enough time to go around again. But he is bit by bit making progress and getting closer to his teammate. Could be a McLaren front row lockout, but we'll have to see what they can produce towards the end of qualifying. 6 minutes left for them to cook up something still, with Owen 7.5 tenths quicker on that lap around 1 minute 13.597 for that lap. Rapid with the 1 minute 14, slowest out of the lot then with Rapid Connor. Still no lap on the board for him. B-Carb on the inside as John Meister flies past him. He is on the outlap and ready to go again. Sim Racer into the pit lane. He's not going again just yet. He's going in as quick as he can then to get himself in, get the new tyres on and get straight back out to put a better time on the board, or even attempt to put a better time on the board. Clemo into the pit lane to getting P3. Not a bad effort. Rapid Mini P6 and can't improve from there just yet. MZ, we will watch as they head towards the end of the second sector. Don't believe it will be any good really. Actually it might not be too bad. 51.2 actually, 1.5% improvement. You know what, not too bad for MZ. Coming through the second sector and heading towards the end of this lap. 4 minutes left then of qualifying. And Owen is going again. Owen is going round once more with 4 minutes left, and he just spin around. And goes into the wall. Beast is retired. Owen spins into the wall, brings himself back on, but that'll be the end of that flying lap for him. John Meister has completely ruined his chances of going quicker on that lap around, because he goes off onto the gravel traps and has to go round once again. That will make his tyres very, very slippery, so he's going to have to try and get all that gravel off and get the heat back into them before he goes round once again on this lap. Montreal. 'Basil going again, I think it is. 24% ERS left in that car, and the DRS wing opens wide, and he goes over the line. It is P3 splitting up Sim Racer and Clemo. Clemo, who was building the building blocks to get closer then to his teammates on times, has managed to get beaten by Basil at the moment, and has been overtaken by 1/10 of a second. Clemo, I'm sure, will come out and try his best to overtake that as quick as he can. Owen then over the line and not into the pit lane. He will not have time to do any more laps then in this session. Rapid on the outlap, and I assume this will probably be his last lap of the weekend. It is Basil P3. Time is growing. He heads towards the chicane, and then obviously the sweeping right-hander towards the end of the second sector. But this is not a good lap because he's on low fuel mode, which I just did not clock. Two minutes 40 left. MZ is pushing as hard as he can in this race. Two minutes left. MZ round the final corner then. This is most likely his final lap. Up towards the line. DRS activated over the line. It is a P9 and no improvement for him. Everybody coming out on outlaps. John Meister, Sim Racer on the outlaps. It is Basil, Clemo and Tintoretto on the in the pit lane, sorry, as well. Clemo coming out. Tintoretto, as I speak about it, comes out the pit lane at the same time. Rapid Mini P7. .20 seconds remaining then for qualifying. John Meister still on provisional pole, but can he hold it from this sim racer? He is up by about half a tenth. He's quickest in the middle sector. He is improving marginally on his time. Can he do it? Around the final few corners then for John Meister in the McLaren. This is the lap of the weekend for him over the line. It is a 1:11.8. He's gone quicker than his original time and really nicely securing his spot in provisional pole. Sim Racer 3/10 up then on his time. This is the deciding moment. Can Sim Racer snatch it away in the Ferrari over the line? It is. Provisional pole then for this Sim Racer, 1:11.522, overtaking Clemo and taking that position quite rightfully. It is Clemo second now, John Meister third, Basil at the minute going round to put a better time on the board over the second sector line. Will it be any better than he's already done? No, it won't. It's 2 seconds down. He will end in P5 at the moment, with Tintoretto taking P4 at the end of that one. Rapid, he will be down, won't improve. That is your finishing order, everybody, for qualifying here in Spain for pre-season. Right, everybody, on the grid then for the Grand Prix. The formation lap begins, and the Sim Racer leads them away from Clemo, from John Meister, from Tintoretto, then Basil, Beast, Rapid Mini. It is then Mwes, then Rapid OG. It is MZ, AJ Mackey, Owen, and Rapid Connor in this Grand Prix. Right, they're making their way around the final corner. It is the Ferrari to lead them from the two McLarens. The Ferrari's going to have a bit of trouble with the two teammates challenging him from behind. Will it all work out for him then in this race? Everybody lining up on the grid. Sim Racer lines up. John Meister disqualified. Basil disqualified as well. So is Rapid too, but everybody lines up on the grid. We watch from afar then as the Ferrari ahead of Clemo, ahead of John Meister. The lights go up to 5 then here in Spain for pre-season. It is PEL, it is lights down, away we go, and Clemo already with a beautiful start, way ahead of Sim Racer. Sim Racer had a horrible start off the line there and dropped back to second place. Clemo just caught him lacking there and takes P1 straight away from him, splits the McLarens up, and John Meister's got a bit of work to do to try and overtake Sim Racer as he nearly spins out as well at the start of the Grand Prix. Basil is really on his tail as well, and behind that Tintoretto's got Rapid Mini right on his tail, and Beast has got Mwes, and up at top again it is Sim Racer re-overtaking Clemo then for the lead of this Grand Prix. Clemo down the inside, might have a collision here side by side, nearly making contact, but switching back down the inside. The McLaren is trying to fight and overtake Sim Racer, but can he get the move done? I'm not sure if he can. No, he cannot, and that is it for now. Sim Racer is through and past Clemo in this Grand Prix. Rapid and Owen then, P10 and 11 having a bit of a scrap. It is Rapid ahead of PRL Owen, and Owen going off the track there in the V car, but keeping it on the track quite nicely. Going down the inside is Mwes then of MZ Plays. Can he try and get through? I don't think he can. Not just yet, but Mwes is trying his best to edge his car down the inside and maybe trying to find a gap that he can get through and get the overtake done and dusted. We go round now to start the 17th, nowhere near, the second, voice track again, the second lap out of 17. And on the second lap, it is the Sim Racer from Clemo from John Meister. As we started, we are back to the original order. AJ Mackey trying to get through past Mwes then, P10 and 11, and the PRO Owen up to P11 on this lap around. Sorry, AJ Mackey P10 at the moment and battling for higher positions, but the Sim Racer leading by 3/10, and he has not been released yet by Clemo, because Clemo is really trying to stay on the backside of him. Hello to the 9 of you that are in here at the moment. And if you've got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Hello. It's good to see you. Thank you for the cheeky follows as well that I've just seen. But lap 2 out of 17. Sim Racer now separated by 5/10 from Clemo. As we make our way around the final corner and up towards the line, then it is Mwes and Owen, the Aston Martin, going through past Owen, the V-Carb, and round the final corner. Onto the main straight, the V-Car goes a bit wider. Clemo overtakes the sim racer again to overtake and take the lead of this Grand Prix on the third lap from 17. Enwes gets overtaken by Owen in the V-Car going past him, as it is Enwes trying his best to try and wedge his car again, once again past Owen and try and get through it. At the moment it's not working out for him. He does see a gap down the inside. Can he take it? No, he can't, because the V-Carb completely closed the door on him, and that position is gone. It is Rapid who's gone round. Rapid OG has beached himself on the gravel, and he can't get out of it. He is completely stuck in that sideways position. I'm not sure if he's going to get out of that. Never mind. Resets the track. Good old reset the track will help you out. It is Clemo, and that sim racer then still battling with a 3/10 gap, and I believe this isn't gonna really split up throughout this race, is it? But the Ferrari flying that car around the final corner, nearly spinning out but keeping it on the track, and he is sandwiched by the two McLarens then as we head on to lap 4 out of 17. And sim racers going forward again. That's Clemo. He does get through, and the Ferrari is reigning again on the top step of the leaderboard. Take the lead of this Grand Prix. Clemo second, John Meister third then, with Basil in fourth and Rapid Mini in fifth then. Tintoretto 1 second behind at the moment. AJ Mackey and Beast, P8 and P9, as people just run off the track. I think it was Basil and Mini going off the track there, but bringing himself back on, and luckily no bad collisions that we saw, nothing that would cause a safety car just at this stage in the race. But it is MZ Players that goes off and is finding it hard to bring himself back onto the track and keep it stable as well. Keep it steady and stable as Rapid Connor goes round into the wall as well at the exact same time. What is going on around the track at the moment? Everybody having a bit of an issue then, as lap 4 out of 17 going on to lap 5 in a few moments time as we go around the final 3 corners on this track. Flamo down the inside then of the sim racer, and is he through? Yes, he is. Once again, the McLaren sandwich around the Ferrari, and I've got a feeling this is probably going to keep going for a good few laps time. Enwes gets through past Beats, and there's two Mercedes trying to stay ahead, but they both get put behind on the back foot, and the Aston Martin of Enwes is ahead and closer to his teammate Basil then in P6. Rapid OG into the pit lane, the first driver that we've seen pit so far. Beast is the only driver with a penalty, and Rapid OG the first driver to pit then. On to the new medium compound tyres. How will this work out for him then? Everybody else on the softs or mediums, but it's probably starting to wear out soon. The softs are. We'll see how well that strategy works. Rapid Mini on the backside of Tintoretto. Is he able to get a move through past him? We'll have to see. Right behind it at the moment, but dropping back, and I don't think we'll see an overtake just yet with these two. But on to lap 6 out of 17. Somebody's dead stopped on the straight. It was John Meister, but he's back going again. He's all good, and he's continuing. He's continuing. Tintoretto behind Rapid Mini gets overtaken. Rapid Mini has just flown past him, and like he wasn't there, to P3. Beast overtaking Enwes as well to take P6. And on his way out of the pit lane is Basil then. URL Basil in the Aston Martin, coming out of the pit lane to make sure he's in and within the white lines. There's now two drivers with penalties on the board, and Clemo and the sim racer are still neck and neck then in this race. 3 tenths that separate them and nothing between. This is getting close then as we go to the left-hander, and that sim racer is trying to stay on the backside of Clemo, as of course once again we have the main straight, which is going to help him with the DRS to probably once again fly right past him with ease. We'll see how well he can do that round the final corner, and this is the deciding moment of who stays ahead into turn 1. The Ferrari the McLaren, it is the Ferrari who will be dominant then into turn 1. He goes through and takes the lead once again. As we are on lap 7 out of 17. There is 10 laps remaining in this race. 10 laps to go. And it is a whole Ferrari sandwich around the grid. It is that Sim Racer at the top and Rapid OG at the back. Completely sandwiching the whole entire grid then. But nothing much going on at the minute apart from the lovely battle we're still experiencing from the front. The Sim Racer and Clemo going at it again. This is going on the whole entire race and it will not stop unless one of them crashes. Sim Racer made the decision to go into the pit lane. Clemo, oh my god, nearly hitting the wall then going into there. Locking up, going into the pit lane and managed to keep it slightly on the track. Clemo, of course, didn't pit and stays ahead. He claims the lead of this race. Now this is the biggest gap we've seen between him and Sim Racer for a while, but will the strategy work on lap 8 out of 17? 9 laps to go in this race, and Tintoretto is now the second position driver from Rapid Mini and then from John Meister, all of them within contention of podium positions in this Grand Prix. Ooh, has that somebody gone off? I think I've just seen a load of smoke. I think it was AJ Mackey that brings himself back onto the track then, but he's all good, and we continue watching Clemo, who is now 6.7 seconds, 6.8 seconds, and the gap still climbing between him and Tintoretto. Rapid OG with a 3-second time penalty, but let's keep an eye on the Sim Racer who went into the pit lane, and he is going quickest in the middle sector on the brand new mediums. It might have been a good time to pit then for them drivers, because that Sim Racer is having a lovely time out there at the moment and trying to get the best laps in. So once Clemo pits, which he has now, I mean, the Ferrari is going to absolutely catch him lacking, because we're going down the main straight. He will overtake him very, very easily, and as he comes out of the pit lane, the strategy worked for him. The Sim Racer overtaking Clemo, they both end up in P5 and P6. Both ahead, haven't pitted yet. Strategy worked out perfectly, and now we see Tintoretto, the leader of this race, but maybe not for long, because he does need to go into the pit lane. So does John Meister, so does Enwes, but we will see what time they decide to do that. Into the pit lane goes Tintoretto, John Meister as well, and Pierre Owen. It is Enwes, sorry, that stayed out. Rapid OG retires from the session. It is lap 10 out of 17 then in this race. 7 laps to go, and Enwes is the man leading. Still needs to pit, but he's got 5 seconds between him in the Sim Racer, as he is still ahead of Clemo at the moment, because the strategy worked out brilliantly for him. But can he continue that? I believe he can with where is he? final corner pretty much, with about 6 laps to go of this Grand Prix, which is very nice to hear because he heads around the final corner and Wes is finally pitted, and the Sim Racer and Clemo find themselves at the top of the leaderboard then, as the Sim Racer goes quickest out of the lot from Wes now, and then of course from Clemo. Yellow flags are out. I think a McLaren has gone round. It's John Meister who's gone round and being overtaken. Is right into the wall there, being overtaken by 3 drivers. He then comes back onto the track and rejoins safely. There is 5 laps to go of this Grand Prix, and Sim Racer 3.9 seconds ahead of Clemo. He is clearly stepped on it a bit and pulled away quite a lot as we head over the line. Lap 13 out of 17 we go on to. Clemo and that Sim Racer then, P1 and P2, 6/10 between them at the moment, and I don't know what's happened to that Sim Racer, but he has dropped back. He has lost that 3-second gap, and Clemo has all of a sudden been able to overtake the lead. I don't know how he's done that, but he's got ahead and he has taken the lead from Sim Racer quite rightfully somehow, but very well done to him because the McLaren is now ahead. His teammate down in P8 of John Meister and the McLarens haven't had a great race anymore, as his teammate has dropped down very far down the order to P8 as opposed to his teammate who's at P1, but Tintoretto is in P3 and driving quite a nice race, who's trying to keep Basil at bay as well. Can he go ahead and do that? I believe he can, but how long can he do that for? Lap 13 out of 17. Clemo over the line to make it 14. 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix, everybody. Closing stages now as the Sim Racer tries to get through past Clemo again down the inside. Yes, he does. He gets through, and what a lovely move that was from the Ferrari. The Ferrari's blinking, but he does get through still, and makes it look incredibly easy from that move there. We've got the telemetry up, and we see that Clemo with 86% ERS in the medium ERS mode. Of course, got overtaken. Sim Racer with 62% ERS. In the medium ERS mode as well. AJ Mackie at the back of the grid, both rapids out of this race. There is, I just realised there's 3 rapids in this race, in this league. Sorry, Rapid Mini, Rapid OG, and Rapid Corner, many rapids. But you know, love to see that. AJ Mackey down in P11 then at the back. John Meister dropping another position, actually 2, back to P10 and dropping back quite far. It is lap 14 out of 17. That sim racer and Clemo trail each other across the line. Then there's 5 tenths between them over the line to make it the penultimate lap of today's Grand Prix. And Clemo is getting closer with the DRS. He doesn't know which way to go, and he goes to the outside and he gets through. And it just depends on who's going to be at the line first then, when it all comes down to it, and who's going to win the Grand Prix, because these two are just going back and forth every single main straight we get onto. Every single lap we go, they just keep slingshotting each other with the DRS, and I do not believe that's going to stop for the remainder of this race. If none of them make a mistake, that is. We'll see if they are all good. John Meister, P10, and he has got the V-carb ahead of him now, so he did get the DRS down the straight. He's 4 tenths between, and he is definitely within DRS contention now, so we'll have to see, can he get closer and maybe take a P9 to claim himself some more points. So obviously it doesn't really matter in this, I don't think, because it's pre-season, unless they have pre-season points, but I'm not sure about that. Then he crashing out down the inside of the V-carb. Can he get through it? It's side by side with these two down the inside from the McLaren, and he just get through past the V-carb to take P9, and more points for John Meister in this race. Off onto the grass, sorry, is Basil. His Rapid Mini goes through to take P4. Tintoretto still sat in a lovely race in P3. He's got 2 seconds behind him, 7.6 seconds ahead of him. He is living the life right now with a sim racer 2 tenths behind Clemo. As Clemo still ahead then into the first few corners, then into the first sector, and into the second sector we go now. It is lap 16 out of 17 then. McLaren going very wide off the track. John Meister has ruined his chances of getting more points, spinning off and going down to P10, and he's lucky that he get overtaken again actually, but it is AJ Mackey 20 seconds behind, so he's all good going around. Just caught a spin of Owen as well, PRL Owen in the V car, resetting the track and bringing himself back straight back on, because he goes straight around and does a lovely 360. But let's watch this, shall we? Final lap of the Grand Prix, and this is what I mean. The sim racer is gaining on Clemo, right behind him now, and he's ahead, and I personally believe that decides the winner of the race, because over the line I don't think Clemo will catch him over the line before the line anyway. But if we were going down to turn 1, he'd very easily catch him, but over the line I don't think it's going to happen. Lap 17 out of 17. That sim racer might be a winner, but we'll have to see if he makes a mistake. Clemo is right behind and ready to pick up any pieces if the Ferrari makes any little sort of mistakes. Then there's 8 tenths between them at the moment. It is looking to go in the favour of the Ferrari then, heading towards the end of the second sector as a Mercedes of AJ Mackey spins out and goes into the barriers at the end of the lap, but that'll be the end of his race, because he'll go over the line now and actually have to go around again, I believe. But forget about all of that, because here's right at the back. It is the final lap, and after lovely battling, the gap is 5 tenths. Can Clemo catch him over the line? I don't think he can. No, he can't. The Ferrari knows he's won it, and the Ferrari takes the win then from the McLaren in the pre-season Spain race. Then Tintoretto 9 seconds behind will take the final podium position in this 25% race for pre-season. Basil takes 4 then, with his teammate following in behind with Nwares. It is Beast in 6, then Rapid Mini will take 7. 6 with Beast in 7 because of penalties. MZ then takes 8 with another 10-second penalty rule. So penalties to John Meister should just about take 8th. Never mind, not enough time. Takes 9th, spins around at the end. Owen over the line to take 10, and AJ Mackey taking his goddamn time, but he will end up in P11. In the chat, that's Sim Racer, GG's to Clemo. GG's to you, mate. Well done in that race. Very, very well. What a lovely battle you two had that whole entire race. Good stuff for the commentary box as well, so thank you very much. Finally, AJ Mackie over the line, and that is the end of that race then. The end of the pre-season, Spain. And here are your podium celebrations, and the Ferrari, the Alpine, the Ferrari, the McLaren, and the Alpine, my bad. Right, everybody, finishing results then for the Spanish Grand Prix. It is that Sim Racer taking P1 then from Clemo in second. Then it is Tintoretto third. It is Basil taking 4. Then MWS 5. Rapid Mini taking 6. B7. It is MZ Plays in 8th. John Meister 9th. And Piero Owen to round off the top 10. Thank you much. Oh my god. Can't even speak. Thank you very much for having me, everybody, for the pre-season. Hopefully I'm back for your main season, which is in a few weeks, I believe. But until then, thank you for having me, and see you later.